When veteran firefighter Frank Dahlquist recalls the moment that defined his life, it isn't in a firehouse or a training room. It's on the shoulder of I-5 in Washington, where dust still hung in the air after a devastating crash. He remembers his wife, 7 months pregnant, sitting silently as he sprinted toward the wreck. "At milepost 222, it came over me," he says. "God put it on my heart, be ready." At milepost 221, it happened. That instinct became his creed, shaping a career built on service, preparation, and faith. After high school, Frank always knew he wanted to be a responder. "It was part of my family's DNA," he says. His father was an army medic. His uncles served in the military, and he grew up idolizing the TV show Chips, dreaming of becoming a police officer. Early mentors who worked on cases like the Green River Killer and Ted Bundy pulled him toward law enforcement, but firefighting stole his purpose. He joined his hometown department as a volunteer and was instantly hooked. He put himself through the State Fire Academy while working weekends as a contractor and raising a young family. Then, one summer day, everything changed. Driving southbound on I-5 in Skagit County, Frank was thinking about a recent streak of crossover crashes when the words, "Be ready," crossed his mind. As milepost 222 passed, he mentally rehearsed an entire mass casualty response, from triaging victims to calling 911 to using bystanders for help. 1 minute later, brake lights exploded ahead. A vehicle crossed the median, slamming head-on into another. A family of 5 was severely injured, he recalls. A second vehicle down the road was out of view. With only his department-issued medical kit and a t-shirt that read FDNY, he took control. "All eyes looked toward me," he says. He assessed patients, gave orders, directed bystanders, and called 911 with his exact location. When responders arrived, he briefed the first officer, then stepped back as the scene filled with units. A medic began calling the time of death on a child Frank had earlier assessed as alive. The child's hand came out from under the blanket, Frank recalls. In the confusion, one child had been obscured by wreckage. They pulled the child from the middle seat, alive. Sadly, 2 fatalities resulted from the crash. Frank walked back to his car, shaken but composed. His wife looked at him and said, "It looked like you knew what you were doing." He had never done anything like it. "If it wasn't for God putting it on my heart 60 seconds earlier, I would have never been prepared," he says. That was when he knew firefighting wasn't a job. It was a calling. Later, he was baptized in his firefighter uniform. Once hired by a large department, Frank entered a high-volume fire station with a massive response area. His probationary year brought multiple structure fires, week-long windstorms, 14 fatalities in 9 months, and another mass casualty crash on I-90 with a single child survivor. Training became his foundation. Thousands of hours, dozens of certifications. "Treat every day as your first," he says. "Be the perpetual probie." He later taught at the Washington State Patrol Fire Training Academy, the Top Gun of fire schools. 12 weeks of full immersion, real-world scenarios, zero visibility, and live fire. Returning as an instructor was a logical step. He wanted to pass on the culture of readiness. For Frank, be ready means sacrifice, preparation, and service. "Once a firefighter, always a firefighter," he says. "It's in the blood. Be ready for the next call, and be ready to serve someone on the worst day of their life."